Okay, Hulk versus Asura. Asura is from Asura's Wrath. This will be one of the very, very few times I'm actually going to take a comic book character who's been in video games. But oh man, the Hulk video games are freaking horrible. Except the Capcom fighters, they're just not good games. And Asura Wrath is a Capcom character. Hulk, everyone kind of knows him, giant green Goliath. Brilliant scientist, gets angry, becomes a giant green pile of muscle. That known as Hulk verb, and has great moments of comedy. That makes the Avengers film is somewhat popular now. Asura. He was a soldier who was betrayed. Essentially has spent, I think it's 12,000 years in a fit of rage, and said rage was able to bring him back from the dead, and he's kind of a biomechanical demigod who fights bosses that are bigger than Galactus. He fights bosses that are bigger than planets. This one's going to be awkward. Just going to say it. I'm going to do this one a couple of times. I'm going to do a regular Hulk as like a base level versus base Asura. Base is what I've gotten from watching lots and lots of video game footage, as well as reading a decent amount of other people who've done these sort of videos. As always, I do this through well, since these guys are different, I'm not going to do the full 9 and 7 criteria. Intelligence, findability, strength, speed, durability, invulnerability, and X factor. That's it. Here we go. Intelligence. You know, Hulk, unless you're with Professor Hulk, you know, there's really not a lot of dialogue, not a lot of higher brain functions. We have Asura, essentially, biomechanical demigod, at least 12,000 years in gathering rage, but tremendous amount of experience when it comes to in military experience. Pretty much super soldier at some, well, I can say still a soldier, super soldier potentially, depending on how you want to look at your definition super soldier. So, definitely has intelligence. Findability. Yeah, again, you have a tremendous amount of military experience. Strength. This is hard to try to gauge. I will give him in base form, I will give him a strength edge. When I was watching the enemies that he was facing, he was taking on things that looked about the size of Juggernaut. And he was just hucking them at each other. And he was fighting things that were easily larger than Sentinels. And he was pretty much smashing them. He was single-handedly punching what appeared to be pretty close to demigods himself. And he was knocking them unconscious in one blow. That is a level of strength. Speed. You know, Asura hasn't put out subsonic. You can't say Hulk has a level of super speed, but he normally doesn't have anything that puts him in the subsonic range. Durability. This is your healing factor. You know, from what I saw, it looks like Hulk actually has a better job when it comes to healing. Definitely has an edge when it comes to healing factor. He's a sick healing factor. Invulnerability. I'll give this one to Hulk. I saw a lot of footage where they were throwing a bunch of spears at Asura and they pierced him very easily. Sure, he threw them all off and then just charged headlong and destroyed that whole contingent, but still he had a tremendous amount of things piercing his body. X factor. I'm going to give this one to Asura. Part of it is, when it comes to their building of rage, his rage is already off the charts. I think 12,000 years of being pissed is going to be a tremendous amount of initial rage. Plus, as a fight wears on, he grows additional arms. These arms are actually stronger and have higher levels of durability and invulnerability. So initially, you know, Hulk is probably going to take some pretty wicked shots and be able to stand his ground a little bit. Just not get them any shots in, and Asura is just going to become stronger, faster, and grow more arms. So now you've got Hulk on one hand, biomechanical demigod who now has 4 arms. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to hold Hulk, his arms with 2 arms, probably use the other arms to grab his legs. He's just going to kick him. Unless he needs more arms. So a straight up fight, just regular Hulk, regular, more base Asura. He does hit the point where he becomes pretty much bigger than a planet. You know, if I were to go with that, then he easily owns baseline Hulk. So let's give Hulk an upgrade. Let's go with War Hulk. I love the design of War Hulk. Yes, this is Horseman of the Apocalypse Hulk. Yeah, he's in armor that's like of a celestial nature. He's got a celestial sword. He's more enhanced and more designed to go. Here's what you're gonna do. You're focused on destroying. So this is an angry, focused, destructive Hulk. Still against relatively base Asura. Intelligence is going to stay the same. Fighting ability is going to stay the same. Strength. I'm going to give this one to War Hulk. Predominantly because War Hulk was actually able to stop Juggernaut. You can either say stop or slow Juggernaut's momentum to the point that it was difficult to perceive basis the artwork. But World War Hulk was not able to effectively slow down Juggernaut as well as War Hulk. A person will probably post scans showing them being pretty equal, but War Hulk definitely did seem to do a much better job at initially slowing down Juggernaut in less panels. Speed is still Asura. He still definitely has a speed advantage being subsonic. Durability, still Hulk. Invulnerability, but now you got Hulk in celestial level armor. X Factor. Give an X Factor to Hulk. One, the Celestial Sword, which is able to pretty easily knock the helmet off of Juggernaut. It's actually able to pierce the kinetic shield. And he was about ready to kill Juggernaut. The fact that he could, in two sword strikes, remove the helmet, potentially remove the head of Juggernaut, Juggernaut being essentially a god level of takeness, of vulnerability, that's impressive. Plus, the cable tender allows him to trip and to throw things, and short telekinesis. He actually lifted a pyramid through telekinesis. Which means now he's got a lot of additional tools that he gets to bring to a battle against someone like Asura. I think he'd be like, this guy's pretty fast. I don't know if he flies. If I levitate him, this sword's going to have to cut him in half. And the fact that this Hulk is going to be so dead set on, you're in front of me, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to go straight at you, I'm going to bust a hole right through you. Buff upgrade Hulk, might as well give Asura a nice full assortment of all of his abilities. So, intelligence, fighting ability, still going to stay the same. Strength. Now Asura hits to a point where he is punching stars easily. Stopping Juggernaut, tremendous feat. Punching stars casually. Being able to defeat enemies that are larger than a planet pretty easily. That's pretty impressive. The fact that he can become a lot larger than a planet. Speed, he's still subsonic, which is very good when it comes to overall speed. Or if he becomes absolutely massive and bigger than a planet, I think his speed's not really going to matter as much. Because his speed's going to be relative. all things considered. Durability, I'll still give that to Hulk. He does have a much higher healing factor. Invulnerability, we still have Hulk in celestial armor. X Factor. This is going to be a kind of difficult one. Since I'm going to go with an upgraded Hulk, I will give him the edge in the initial components of the battle. A Celestial Sword is going to be able, Celestial Technology Sword is going to be able to cut through anything that Asura can do. So he's going to be able to deal a tremendous amount of damage to him. He's going to need, however, kill him very quickly. If he does not kill him very quickly, Asura is going to become ridiculously strong. And the more arms he gets, the more durable those arms are going to become, the higher level of vulnerability of those arms. He might hit a point where all of a sudden that celestial technology is going to start getting deflected. Once it gets to that point, the edge that War Hulk has is pretty much gone. So if they're baseline, Asura owns Hulk. He's like if Hulk was a Dragon Ball Z character, that's kind of Asura. If I upgrade Hulk to War Hulk, considered by quite a few to be his strongest, lower than Worldbreaker Hulk, but normally people put him a step above World War Hulk, if anything, because he's a lot more direct, and he has the added benefit of all the celestial technology enhancements. So if you go with a very highly upgraded Hulk, not quite Worldbreaker, he definitely gives Asura a run for his money and has the potential to defeat him. War Hulk versus Asura, who has access to a lot more of his abilities. I think in an early fight, War Hulk has the opportunity. As the fight goes on, and Asura hits his I'm bigger than the world sort of forms, he definitely is going to take Hulk. Probably not in the short game, but in the medium to long range, Asura's got him.